Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Voiddyn and I'm here to talk to you about a new deck from the Stellar Crown format. Now that Baltimore is over, we are now looking at trying to see what new decks may fit in the meta. Now, while everybody is talking about Palkia and Dragapult and some other decks, one of the decks that I was really interested in trying out, and I've actually been having a blast with, is Hydrapple EX. Hydrapple EX is all based around getting your basic grass energies out onto as many Pokemon as you can to empower the attack Syrup Storm. Syrup Storm does 30 damage for each grass energy attached to all your Pokemon. One of the best cards in this list is Teal Mask Ogerpon EX, as it's a powerhouse in so many other lists like Regidrago and Raging Bolt. Teal Mask Ogerpon allows you to attach energy from your hand using its ability Teal Dance. Also, when you do that, you also draw a card. It's a backup attacker for the list, but not something you're really looking to use. Along with that, we can also use Hydrapple's Ripening Charge to attach a basic grass energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon. When doing that, it heals 30 damage from that Pokemon as well. Along with that, we play cards such as Mew EX that allows you to draw more cards with Restart. And it has a free retreat, which kind of helps you out of certain situations. Along with that, we want to take advantage of the card Bug Catching Set that lets you look at the top 7 cards of your deck, and you may reveal any 2 grass Pokemon or basic grass energy cards you find there and put them into your hand and shuffle the rest of your deck. This allows you to keep everything moving forward, as well as finding your pieces to evolve up to Hydrapple EX. For our ace spec in this list, we'll be playing Prime Catcher because we want to be able to make sure that we can get those knockouts on those very key Pokemon that our opponents have, as well as get ourselves out of awkward situations. And the last key card that's very interesting in this list is Gardenia's Vigor. It allows you to draw 2 cards, and if you draw any cards this way, you may attach up to 2 grass energy from your hand to one of your benched Pokemon. This is another great way to help us ramp in situations that we feel like we're stuck, and also allows us to just, get ourselves a little bit more forward momentum. So looking at Hydrapple EX, this is a type of deck you want to play if you want to constantly try to set up a board state, attach energy, and hit for big attacks. Again, the name of the game is attaching energies ASAP to Pokemon. So attaching it to Teal Mask Ogerpons, attaching it to Hydrapple EXs, things of the sort. So let's get into the games. So for this deck, I'm not really quite sure whether or not you go first or second. It feels like since you are a stage 2, going first is okay, but there's definitely kind of a feeling that goes on. But there's definitely like some debate whether or not you want to go first or second. Looking here, my opponent will go first, and we're going to get something that looks like a pretty okay setup. We're going to get 2 Applins out as well as a Teal Mask Ogerpon. And it's going to allow us to keep going with stuff such as Earthen Vessel that's going to allow us to get those grass energies into our hand to draw ASAP. The thing about this list is that you want to try to use Teal Mask Ogerpon's ability as soon as possible. Any turn that you're not attaching more than 1 energy is one that you feel like you'll be very behind late game. So let's hope this works, crossing our fingers. We do have the PokéStop to help us get forward a little bit in what we're looking to grab, so it's a little bit more aggressive to get stuff such as Energy Retrieval as well. But, we are up against Raging Bolt here, which is a little awkward for us because Raging Bolt is kind of what our deck does, but a little bit better. Crossing our fingers, though, that they have a worse start than we do, so that we can get some really cool knockouts coming up here. Looks like a Fighting Energy going on to the Raging Bolt. Hopefully it's like Fighting Energy Pass. Yeah, there we go. That's something that we love to see. It stinks for my opponent, but you know what? Quite frankly, I'd rather we be in this scenario. I'm going to try to take advantage of some stuff first. Get some grass energy out there by discarding this Turo and then getting 2 grass off the Earthen Vessel. What we'll do is we'll attach right away to the Teal Mask Ogerpon, allowing us to draw a card, which gets us a Prime Catcher, which isn't that great, but we can mess around with some stuff, but I prefer that we just simply don't use it. So there's an argument that I PokéStop first before attaching, so let's PokéStop and see what happens when we spin. We did get a bunch of cards here, which is very fantastic. Good thing that we didn't do, we didn't attach right away, because now we could play the Teal Mask Ogerpon, use the ability, and then with that, we draw another card. That is a professor's research. We do not want to research this hand away, although we could probably get away with it. We don't want to interact with my opponent because my opponent did not put out stuff, which means they may be in a worse scenario than I am. So maybe we research away 2 rare candies. We do play 4, but you know what? Let's research our hand away. Let's try to get a little bit better of a setup. Okay, we do have the Dipplin coming out as well, along with another Teal Mask Ogerpon. So let's play the Teal Mask, attach, and draw a card. And we have another energy here just to naturally attach. We'll do that, play the Mew EX. Well, the Mew EX might be a little hard to play, because if we play that, that's 180 that they can easily hit. We don't need to play the Mew EX right now, because it doesn't really do anything for us besides, you know, become a target that they can hit. So we do have Gardenia's Vigor. So that'll be really cool for attaching more energy later, but I'd like to do it kind of later on. Although the other problem is, I guess now that we can think of, the fact that they do get to use PokéStop. PokéStop getting them the Earthen Vessel as well as the shoes. Our goal is to try to make it so that they don't get like a knockout right away, but I'm not quite sure. The other problem is that we did discard the 2 rare candies, and if any are prized, we're kind of in an awkward situation to kind of accelerate as soon as possible. They did play a Teal Mask down now, which is kind of cool that they found it now. But we are very far ahead on grass energy, unlike them. The other thing that I really like about this deck, too... Okay, Earthen Vessel coming down. Let's see what they end up discarding. They'll probably end up discarding... So, it depends on if they have Sadas in hand. If they have Sadas in hand, they'll probably discard an energy. If not, they'll probably just try to grab whatever they can to get energy into hand. Okay, discarding their Pal Pad. Yep, getting an electric and a fighting. Yep, and I wonder if they're just going to take the quick knockout, right? Maybe they just do it, get rid of the Teal Mask Ogerpon, take a quick prize. But by doing that, they do get to enable me a little bit more. Or they, well, I mean, it depends, right? There's so many lists out right now that they may not know exactly what they're going for. Grabbing the Iono, which, like, isn't the worst for us, but doesn't feel great. Yeah, there's the Iono. Let's take a look and see what we get. We do get a Bug Catcher set. We do have some Nest Balls and a Professor's Research. So we can always, like, Nest Ball to shuffle up and then research. So what I'll probably end up doing is I'll probably end up Nest Balling. Like, Bug Catching Set. Try to get as many cards in hand as possible before we research. Because we want to get the maximum amount of Bug Catching Set that we can. I don't know if they're going to choose to knock up the Applin, though, because them going down in energy kind of stinks, but, like, at the same time, if they can just get around it, they will. I'm surprised that they did not just simply attach another grass energy back here. Maybe they don't have it. Now, the real question is, what do I bring out here, right? If I had Mew, that was a free retreat, but honestly, at the same time, we might just put out an Applin. Hope that we get, like, you know, the magical pair of a rare candy. So let's Nest Ball here. Nest Ball is going to get me a Teal Mask Ogerpon. Do we not have another Applin left in deck? Let's check. We do have another Applin in deck. So we'll put out the other Applin. Right? And then I want to thin the deck. So Bug Catching Set. So I would like to put these 2 into hand. We're going to try to force a... Oh my gosh, I just realized by doing that, I cannot easily get myself a Professor's Research. But that's okay. We might be okay with that. So let's attach here. Teal Dance here. Obviously, you know, looks like it might be some misplace. Okay. Put another one on here. Honestly, I should really have just Ultra Balled to see if I had anything else to do. Gardenia's Favor might be good here too. I don't want to, like... Okay, you know what? Let's check our deck. Do we have... we have one rare candy left in deck. That's fine. So let's go for the Dipplin just in case. And we're going to just try to dig as deep as possible. So let's Gardenia's favor here. Draw 2. Okay. It's up to 2 that I can attach. So let me just attach here. And then press done. Because I want to be able to draw another card. Right? So we'll Teal Dance here. Draw another card. Unfortunately, we did get punished. So I'm going to play the Dipplin here. We'll put some damage on here. But, you know, it is not looking great for us. So let's do the wave here. We might have messed up some sequencing stuff, right? So my opponent does have to discard 2 energy to get to a good point. We also have Teal Mask Ogerpon out, which is good with a whole bunch of energy. So if they do stack a bunch of energy, we can kind of come out of it. We also only have 14 cards left in deck. That is a problem for us. I don't know if we have any Super Rods left or if they're shuffled back in the deck. They seem to have failed on their Pokégear, which is really good for us. Maybe we just get lucky. Okay, they have a second Pokégear. I'm trying to think of what they could get. Okay, there's the Sada's Vitality. Do they have 1 energy in discard? So theoretically, they could Sada's once to their Raging Bolt. Yeah, it looks like that's what they're going to do. They're going to Sada's to their Raging Bolt. And then discard 2, maybe? Yeah. Okay, cross our fingers that they don't have any other attachments. They did get the draw cards off that, which is super huge for them. And we are only 14 cards left in the list. Man, discarding those rare candies were probably not the best idea. Okay, they did get an Earthen Vessel off that, which is really rough for us, because now that they're going to have Earthen Vessel, they're going to be able to attach to the Teal Mask Ogerpon, attach to the Teal Mask Ogerpon, kind of go forward from there. I'm not exactly sure what they're super running back in for. Oh, Iron Bundle. I mean, I guess. Like, I guess it's okay. But at the same time, you know what? It is what it is. They're going to put Squawkabilly into the discard, get 2 grass probably. Maybe they're looking for another Teal Mask Ogerpon just to, you know, spread out their attachments, get something that can hit huge numbers, and kind of go from there. Okay, there's the first Teal Mask that we expected. So this Dipplin will probably get knocked out this turn. There they go, drawing their card from that. Yep, there comes the second Teal Mask Ogerpon, or sorry, the third. Honestly, our way out of this is a rare candy, and then our rare candy doesn't even save us. That's the huge problem here. The problem with this is that, you know, like, so let's see, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 150. That will take the knockout on the Raging Bolt. If they get the Dipplin and we do not get a correct knockout here. So that, I mean, like, we can always take a knockout if we really need to. I really don't want to unless I need to. They do have 2 discards there, which is pretty good for us, right? That means that they absolutely need a Sada's off of anything else that we put forward. So we still put out this Teal Mask Ogerpon that has 3 attached, because that is the knockout if we need it. There's an Earthen Vessel here. Can we... Let's play this. Try to thin out. We don't have anything else that we really need. We need to try to hit either a Super Rod... There's the rare candy. Cool. Unfortunately, with how it is right now, we do not really exactly have a knockout the way that we want to. So I would have to, like, attach here, use this to attach, here. And then I think we retreat here. Bring up this guy. And then just take a knockout. That Syrup Storm does hit for 270, which is pretty good. But, like, we're at a spot right now that our oh, hey, look, a Superior Energy Retrieval. That's really good. We're in an okay spot right now, but our Hydrapple does hit for one-hit knockouts. But, you know, as long as there's any interaction on our opponent's side of the board, you know, bossing up on something else or whatnot, we could be in trouble here. I'm hoping our Hydrapple is just thick enough to, like, survive all the hits. Energy Retrieval coming down. Looks like it'll probably be for maybe a Grass and a Fighting? They clearly... Oh, the Fighting and the Lightning. Okay. Which means that they don't have Asadas to go out this turn, which is super good for me. Which means... Oh, they do have Asadas. Why did they Energy Retrieval then? That seems like a misplay. So normally what you do in the Raging Bull is you use Sadas to help you meet the Lightning or the Fighting requirement, right? And because of that, because they don't do either one, they're really in like a rough spot here. There's the Teal Dance coming down. I'm just checking on my trainers to see how many Ionos I have left. It looks like I have 2 left. So what this means is that I have to take out a Raging Bull almost no matter what. And I think I take out the Raging Bull on the back. It's very interesting, right? Because, like, you know, they basically, if they didn't do what they did, they were fine. Are they going to bring up the one that has no energy on it? I mean, that's fine. They're going to probably bring up their... I mean, if I were them, I'd bring up, yeah, the other Raging Bolt. So we're going to bosses up the other Raging Bolt, discard for Superior Energy Retrieval, getting back our 4 energy. And then we're just going to start attaching to get the knockout. Because our goal is to just remove this guy, like, ASAP. And by removing this guy, we kind of clear our way on the board. And then, you know, if Hydrapple gets to a... Oh, okay, there's an energy switch. It's pretty good. What did they find? They found an energy switch and a pal pad. So they have 2 Sadas in discard with 1 energy. The thing is that I don't know if I leave the Fighting in. I don't know. Like, they misplayed pretty bad here. Pheasantipity. Okay. Which Pheasantipity is good because Pheasantipity gives me an easy knockout if I really need it. I can also try to do something weird with, like, Mew EX, but I don't think I'm going to get to that point. They flipped the script for a ton of cards in their hand, but the problem is that with all those cards in their hand, they do not have a clear path to victory because of how they did energy attachments. This is why you got to pay a little bit of attention to your, you know, to doing certain plays. I mean, I understand that misplays happen all the time, right? Like, but that Sada's, like, really messed them up. Okay. Shuffling the Grass Energy and the Raging Bolt back in. I think my opponent realized that mess up kind of cost them the game. I mean, it's really to the point where they can't really do much else except sit and hope for the best. So, like, thinking this a couple turns over, right? We take the knockout here. We knock 2 stuff off the board, right? Okay, so we take this knockout here. We knock 2 stuff out off the board. Then they remove 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe don't remove it off the active unless they have 2 Sadas. Okay, there's a Night Stretcher. even with the Sadas on here, they have to hit 7 times 5? 4? 5. Because that is, what, 28, 33? So 5 energy they have to remove off the board to knock out a Hydrapple. So let's use the Superior Energy Retrieval to get rid of these 2 Buddy-Buddy Poffins. Right? And we'll play this here. I will attach here. That was bad. I probably shouldn't have manually attached there, but that's okay. This is a little bit more forgiving than normal. Draw my card. There's another Hydrapple. Attach here. Draw my card. Attach here. Draw a card. I have 4 cards left in deck. We retreat here. Bring up the Hydrapple. Boss's orders. Up the Raging Bolt. Take the knockout for 360 damage. That's huge. Honestly, I was very afraid of my opponent just having the win there. But because of kind of how everything worked out, we're okay. Now, based on where they stack all their energy up, we should be okay. So the fact that we have the ability to put more energy down through, you know, just manually attaching to retreat. We do have Bug Catcher Set. We do have Hydrapple, right? I'm sorry, we do have Teal Mask Ogerpon. So if they bring out something with... If they load up this Raging Bolt and they do not unload the energy on top of it, they're in for a serious world of hurt. Right? Because all it takes is... Let's see how much it takes. So that's 5, right? So 3, 6... 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3. Let's say they keep 2 on. 4, 5. That's 2 hits. Maybe it's not there yet. Okay, so I'm kind of in trouble if they knock out the Hydrapple. But they have to get to the point that they can knock out the Hydrapple. So they have to get rid of 5 energy. And then they have to be able to get it back. So let's just hope that they don't knock out the Hydrapple. It's that easy, right? Although, we can try to do... So, let's see. Teal Mask Ogerpon does 30 for each energy attached to both active Pokemon. Right? So, like 180... 210 exactly. So, if they get 3 energy onto something, so this is 5, 6, that's 180. And then I manually attach, that's enough. So, anything with 2 energy on the bench... is like enough for us to knock out. There's the oh, they were discarding Lost Vacuum through Trekking Shoes. Okay. So my opponent is just trying to find a win. I don't know what else they have almost their whole entire deck in hand. 14 cards is huge. Obviously not their whole entire deck. I was being a little bit hyperbolic there. Part of me wonders if part of me is like, do I PokéStop? But like, what's left in my deck? You know, not much. And I want to be able to attach. So if I PokéStop here, I kind of lose. So we're hoping that they think that by bosses ordering up my Teal Mask Ogerpon and something like their Teal Mask Ogerpon, it like, you know, gives them a little bit of time. Because then we'll be able to like actually start doing a bunch more stuff here. Well, not just a bunch more stuff, it'll win us the game. Okay, so Fighting Energy discarded off the Radiant Greninja. I don't know what their out is besides a Sadas. So they Sadas here, they attach 1. Then they discard off... Okay. Do they have a Lightning in the discard? They do not. Didn't they have a Lightning in hand? Unfortunately, it looks like my opponent's misplayed a bunch. Which stinks, right? But, like, you know what? You take those. Normally, Hydrapple kind of gets punished real hard by Raging Bolt. The reason being is that being like a stage 2 deck, right? Like, you can get really interfered with a lot, like super easily, right? So, we really didn't get punished by Collapse Stadium. Yeah, it stinks. I mean, but, like, you know what? Having your opponent misplay is a very valid way to win the game. Honestly, any moment now, my opponent... Like, I hope my opponent lets me go for the knockout. That's all I'm asking for. Okay. They're discarding their hand. Okay. You know what? That is one way to choose that you no longer want to play this game. So I will do that. And then I am going to Syrup Storm for 390 damage. This Hydrapple did a lot of work. 330 is real tough to knock out. But, you know what? At the end of the day, that's all it takes to win. And my opponent conceded as I was taking prize cards. Okay, cool. So I'm kind of interested what else I'm going to be seeing with Hydrapple. I haven't really seen, like, I've seen one colorless box deck. But that's about it, right? Like, I've seen, everything else seems to be the same. I've seen Regidrago. You know, I've seen a bunch of these other stuff that already exist. I kind of interested to see how the Dragapult matchup goes. It's probably not great in my favor. You probably want to hold back and start 2-hit knocking out stuff. But I'm not quite sure. Okay, we're going to be starting with a Teal Mask Ogerpon. It is not great. But, I mean, like, it's not the worst. Hey, look, it's another Raging Bolt list. Alright, Raging Bolt is real tough for us. The way that we win the Raging Bolt is by not allowing them to take a quick knockout on our stuff. So we'll discard a Grass Energy. We will discard... No, we want to draw. It's fine. It's fine, right? That's fine. We just play the Mew. We'll play the Mew. We'll play the PokéStop. We'll draw one off the Mew. Okay, Grass Energy. We just attach here through Teal Dance. Right? Draw a card. Buddy-Buddy Poffin, never punished. Here we go. We will put 2 Applin out onto our bench just in case. This kind of hurts us a little bit, but not as much as I was like previously worried about. And we got a Nest Ball and a Bug Catching Set as well. So we'll grab a Teal Mask Ogerpon. We'll use Bug Catching Set to try to get some more cards. So the way that I'm going to go right now is I'm assuming that we're not getting a Rare Candy. Right? So I want to evolve, and I also want to have an energy to put on right away. So we'll use Teal Dance now to ramp forward. Draw a card. And we got another Boss's Orders, which is pretty rough for me, but we're going to end our turn here. Normally, we could probably try to discard to go down a little bit more. But, I mean, the thing that I'm finding more and more and more is that if you just rely on the Rare Candy, and you don't go, like, you know, stage 1 into stage 2, you can get disrupted pretty hard. My opponent's going with the Squawk ability turn 1, and the Sandy Shocks to come out too, just to be able to discard your hand right away. My opponent probably is just like, hey, I don't know what's going on. So I just want to have something that I can rely upon to Sadas right away. So they'll probably Squawk after doing this, hoping to get a Sadas out ASAP. But they do need to have a Lightning in discard. They only have a Grass, which is fine. There's the Earthen Vessel. So the Earthen Vessel's probably going to find them a 2 Lightning Energy, maybe. That's maybe the way I'd go, especially if they think they might have a Sadas or something else. Yeah, there's the double Lightning. So Squawk ability is going to make them discard their hand, draw 7 cards, put both those Lightning into the discard. There's the Squawk and Seize. The Energy Retrieval being in the discard too, that's pretty rough. There's the Nest Ball probably getting the Teal Mask Ogerpon out. Yep, there's the Teal Mask Ogerpon. And then they're probably going to just try to find another Teal Mask or start attaching. There's the Teal Dance. So the magic number for Raging Bolt to get a knockout on Teal Mask Ogerpon is actually only 3. So let's hope that there's no Sadas. Because then they start the gate with, or go out the gate with 2 prizes, which is pretty rough for us. That's the problem with this list, though. I mean, if you're not okay with setting up, right? And like kind of getting to a point where you're very chunky, then, you know, you might have a little bit of an issue. Looks like they failed their Poke Gear, which is huge for us. They're going to probably discard an energy to the grenade. Oh, okay, Earthen Vessel. Here we go. They are, like, throwing everything into this Hail Mary, hoping that they find something ASAP. Honestly, I don't blame them. Right? They're going to probably discard the lightning energy. Right? Which is a little rough, because you do want to leave a lightning energy in hand just in case they can't find Sadas. Right? You may have to manually attach that lightning energy. They also don't have a second Raging Bolt out, which isn't the end of the world. Oh, there's the PokéStop. Getting the Jamming Tower in discard. And another Raging Bolt. Oh my gosh. They are 25 cards left in deck, and they have not found a Professor Sada's Vitality. That stinks, and that is absolutely the worst, but I will take it. Discarding their hand, drawing 6. Okay. This gives me a little bit of breathing room. There is another Teal Mask Ogerpon, but we do not need to do that just yet. So let's evolve here. So I guess the way that you get the knockouts here, if I were to go for a knockout, which I am not just yet, let's go for PokéStop first. Discarding the top couple. Okay. Nothing here. Let's discard the Nest Ball and the Teal Mask Ogerpon and get another Applin. Or Dipplin. Sorry, Dipplin. Put a Dipplin here. And then I'm going to Professor's Research, discarding my hand and drawing a bunch of cards. We do have the Rare Candy. Can we get there? We got there. Okay, cool. So what we're going to do now is we're going to Rare Candy up this other Applin. Right? We're going to attach for turn. We're going to attach here so that we can attack. Right? And then we want a Teal Mask. We're hoping for another Bug Catcher set. Okay, Buddy-Buddy Poffin's not exactly it, but that's okay. And then we're just going to hit for 150. It's okay to 2-hit here, because that's all we can really do. But remember, like, as we were saying earlier, right, you need, what is it? 7 times 5 is 35. So we need 35 to get there, which is like a huge number for this list. There's the second Raging Bolt coming out. I'm assuming there's the Sadas in hand. There's the Sadas. Probably both Lightning coming out if you didn't already. The reason why I'm thinking both Lightning comes out, because there's, you know, there's a Lightning and a Fighting in the discard, and they can manually attach the Fighting here. But they really need to discard almost everything to get to a position where, you know, they can get the KO. There's the Energy Retrieval getting the Fighting back, I'm guessing, in a Grass? Yeah, there it is. So they're kind of setting up for the second hit knockout. So basically what I want to do is that if I get knocked out here, which I probably won't, my goal is to probably try to knock out this guy on the bench, because knowing this guy, he's probably going to discard everything here. So he'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So if there's any way that I could boss his orders here without, you know, having to do anything else. Or Prime Catcher, I guess. Prime Catcher is the better way to go about it. Because we want to stop any energy that's already on the field from staying there, right? So anything that removes from the field is, like, good for us. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and they probably... So they go 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then leave 1 on the back line. Yep, that's exactly what happened. So obviously we give them that, right? We're going to Mew, right? And then our goal is to get another Teal Mask Ogerpon from our deck, if we have one left. Hey, there's the Prime Catcher. Man, I think things are just lining up for us. I don't really have a good way to get anything else out. So let's Prime Catcher this guy up now, assuming that I'm going to get something here. So YOLO. Throw it away. Hey, there we go. Okay, we'll Hydrapple here. We'll Hydrapple here. I'm going to Energy Retrieval back to Grass. And then I would like to Earthen Vessel away here to get 2 Grass. right? And this should be enough. So attach here. Attach here. And we drew into another one too. Let's go. So use my Hydrapple here. Attach here. So now we're at the part where we really don't want to draw any other cards if we can avoid it. Maybe we'll draw one. But, like, we are at 6 cards left in deck. So we are, like, at a very worrisome point. Do we have another grass left in deck? We do. Okay. So this is for this Hydrapple later, if this one does get knocked out. But this is 240 exactly getting the knockout. So remember, we have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? 7 times, or sorry, 8 times 3. We do have Turos to kind of save ourselves just in case. But, like, that's kind of, like, the best play we can make. So if I have to Turos here, the thing I'm going to Turos up is I'm probably going to Turo up my Mew so that there's not just a quick, easy knockout, right? So, again, you know, that's all theoretical, hoping everything else works out. There is another world, too, where now that I have 2 Hydrapple in the Mew, I can use the Raging Bolts attack if we really want to. We are only at 5 cards left in deck. Could really use a Super Rod if we get there, but let's see what they shuffle in. There's 8 energy in discard. They're probably shuffling in 3 grass. But that's not even enough, right? So let's say they Sadas, right? They Sadas, they attach to Raging Bolt. Okay, there's double Raging Bolt going back in. Got it. So they Sadas to Raging Bolt and the Sandy Shocks, right? By doing that, they have 4 on board. Attach 1, 2, 3, 4. And then maybe if they get another Teal Mask Ogerpon, so they go Night Stretcher, grab Teal Mask, maybe. I don't know what they grabbed with it. What does the game log say? They grabbed another Raging Bolt. Okay. So let's hope that there is no Sada. If there is a Sada, that's okay. Right? They attach here, they attach here. The thing is that we will probably stay a little bit further forward than my opponent will. There's the boss's orders. Okay. Maybe they... So they already did their manual attach for turn, right? So they're getting to the part where they're kind of stuck. 330 is way too much for them. And since we have 2 Hydrapples, we're kind of like all set. As long as we don't like leave any Teal Mask Ogerpons out that can't retreat, I think this game is basically ours. There's an Earthen Vessel looking to get probably more energy into the hand. So this is one of those things where like our opponent played perfectly fine, maybe overplayed some stuff, maybe underplayed some stuff, but because we like took advantage of the fact that we know how Raging Bolt loses, which is like removing Raging Bolts is fine. But what you really want to do is you want to remove energy off the board, right? Any way possible. So our another problem here is that we do, you know, knocking out the Sandy Shocks doesn't really do much for them. Or do much for us, right? They have to look for Asadas for next turn. Maybe we have a boss's orders. I don't know how many bosses we have in grave. We have 2 bosses in discard. Okay. Pokemon catcher. Okay. Looking to possibly make me have to retreat. Which is fine. Right? We almost don't care. Maybe they bring up the other Hydrapple. Oh, okay. There's the other Teal Mask Ogerpon. Which is fine. We just simply retreat. The other thought is that I just simply Turos. Right? But we kind of want to Turos the Mew. So we just do this. Trying to think if there's any other better way. So if we Turos this gets something up. We get a quick knockout. We don't lose any energy on board. And we're kind of okay. That might be the play. Because we simply just replay it down and replay the energy. Or we don't need to replay the energy. Okay, we'll retreat. That's fine. We'll save the Turos. And then I guess we just take the knockout. Like, it's, you know, it's a shame how easy of a knockout it is, but, like, you know, we're looking to not lose the game to just decking out. We do have the Turos in hand to bring back the Teal Mask Ogerpon if we need to. Honestly, I think that's really why it's there. Like, the Turo, I mean, as someone that doesn't play Turo as much, Turo does get you out of stall. It does get you out of a bunch of other things. It does, you know, stop something that's super weakened from, like, getting back into the game. Or, sorry, something that's super weakened from costing you the game, right? But it looks like right there, speaking of which, of getting back into the game, Palpad just shuffled in that Sada's Vitality. And along with that, getting the Fighting and Electric. Oh, it looks like Grass and Electric, which makes sense, right? Because they want to draw as much as they can. And they need to double attach to get a knockout. Okay. So the path to victory that it looks like that they have is by getting counter knocked out, right? So they knock out here, take 2. I get knockout, right? Them possibly having something else to do. I have to think about how they win the game here. And how do I lose the game? I lose the game by getting bosses ordered. By MewEX getting bosses ordered, probably. So they knock this off. They take 30, 60 off, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? We know that. Let's see. Yeah, they have to remove all 5, which is fine. We bring up Hydrapple. I manually attach here. And then I Iono and hope that they don't have boss and everything else that they need. So let's Iono. So we get the knockout here. And now I need, like, you know, an energy retrieval or something of the sort. Super Rod Bug Catching Set does get there, right? Because we can get 2 energy off that. Yeah, I think that's fine. So they can't actually win off of they can't win off of bosses ordering up something, right? Because the reason why they can't is because if they bosses orders, they can't attack this turn. So they have to manually attach, then Sada's, right? Which only puts 1 out on the board. And I guess they have to hope that I have something else here. So they put 2 out here, that's 3. Sada's is 4. Oh, Sandy Shocks is out. Okay, 4, 5. That's exact. If they have Asadas, they do have Asadas, but they also need grass energy as well. So they need to be able to do double grass, which I don't know if they have. There's 5 left. Cross my fingers that they don't have a grass energy in hand or a way to get grass energy. And then it's my game. Oh, shoot. Okay. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. We'll be fine. Cross our fingers. So that's 4. They don't have a grass in hand to attach. Cross my fingers super hard here. Maybe? We have to get lucky in 2 instances, but that's fine. We get lucky all the time. We can get lucky 1 more time. Okay? Pokegear doesn't really help them here. Maybe they're setting up hoping that they can, like, get a knockout next turn or something, or see what's left in their deck. Seeing if it's, like, if they have an energy retrieval or something else, because then you discard to Radiant Greninja, maybe? I don't know. You only have 6 cards left in decks, so it's, like, so-so. So crossing my fingers that there is nothing here. cross our fingers. Hope it's, like, exactly what we need it to be. I think they're trying to figure out what they do to get out of it. So, like, if you have... Let's be real honest, right? If they have an energy retrieval left in deck, then they spin PokéStop, and then they discard. But they may not have anything here. Bellowing Thunder. Okay. I think we have it. So that's 4. They have to do, like, 2 here. Yeah, there it is. And they have to hope that I don't have it. So, what I do here is I check my deck. Yep, that's nothing there. So, I PokéStop now. Right? Getting myself the Earthen Vessel just basically gets me there anyway. So, let's shuffle in all my energy. Right? Discard the Rare Candy. Get 2 energy back. Attach here. Ripening Charge to attach to the active. Heal from that. And then 270 for the knockout. Taking the game. And there you go. Just like that. Look, I mean, this stuff is possible, right? Definitely possible. Oh my gosh, that was insane. But, I mean, my opponent did play to their outs. Right? They played as much as they could, and they basically had it there with some stuff. So, we'll go on to a third game. Hopefully, it is not another Raging Bolt matchup, because I'd like to play something else besides Raging Bolt, and then we'll talk about the list overall. So, if you ever do play the mirror of this deck, you rely on picking off their Teal Mask Ogerpons. That's the only thing I can think of, because you're not going to do enough damage to knock out Hydrapple. Just as is. I'll go first, just because I want to be able to practice going first. That's all. I'm not quite sure if you want to go first or second in this deck. Most decks in the format, you want to go second, just because you want to be able to play a supporter. Okay, let's see what we got here. Looks like they're playing something that might be similar. Who knows? I'll play, we'll put a Teal Mask Ogerpon in the active, just because I want it to be able to tank a hit or two. Right? Oh, they're playing Varoom. Are they playing Varoom as their engine instead of Teal Mask Ogerpon? Either way, I think we get out all 3. I think that's fine. I'll Teal Dance here. Let's check a Bug Catching kit. Another Teal Mask Ogerpon and a Dipplin. Okay, I like that a little bit better. So let's play a Teal Mask Ogerpon here. And then make sure that you always attach via Teal Dance first. Unless you're in, like, very specific situations. So, like, right now, I can probably go down... Oh, gosh. I don't want to do this. I made a mistake. Ah, that's fine. We'll get rid of the Dipplin. Let's play a Mew. Let's try to get Mew to draw us some cards. And we'll do that right now. And that's Professor's Research. We're going to wait until next turn, I think, before anything else. I think I made a little bit of a misplay. I don't think I was supposed to play the Ultra Ball there. Only reason is that I want to be able to use my Ultra Ball, like, next turn or something to be able to get a second Dipplin or something of the sort. Also, we only run a certain amount of Dipplin in the list. I think it's, like, 2. So, probably discarding one was not the best. Let's see what they're playing. It looks like they're playing Grant, so they're playing Fighting of some sort. I'm curious what they're playing overall. Concealed, discarding. I don't know what they're playing that is fighting as well as grass. Maybe they're playing the prevent damage from anything that has an ability. The Cornerstone Ogerpon. I really don't know. Like, I don't know what they could be playing. Looks like they are churning out through their list, but they are playing Vroom, and they're playing Secret Box. Okay, they're discarding all this different energy. That's a lot of energy in their discard. That's 5. So they're searching for an item, tool, supporter, stadium, and reveal them, put them into your hand. Okay. This card is an all-star in Ancient Box. Okay, looks like they're grabbing Arven and a bunch of other stuff, too. Okay, rescue board being on the Vroom with the PokéStop. I'm okay with the PokéStop. Is this the one that... Are they playing Sinistea? They could be playing Sinistea, right? Probably the... If they're playing Sinistea, I wonder if they're playing Sinistea EX or if they're playing just normal Sinistea. They're playing with Tatsugiri too? Okay. Interesting. So normally when you play this type of stuff, right, you kind of want to get rid of their Letter of Encouragement. Okay, they're playing like the... Oh my gosh, there's a Sinistea that deals damage based on energy in your discard, I'm pretty sure. Am I crazy? Hold on, I'm gonna Google that while we wait for the... Oh, no, never mind. They're just doing stuff right now. Okay. Let's take a look. Let's search for Sinistea. Not Sinistea, I'm sorry. What's the... It doesn't matter. We'll find out later. Okay, so I want to be able to do stuff here. So the first thing I'm going to do is discard the Nest Ball here. We're going to get 2 energy out of the discard. I'll attach here. We're going to Teal Dance. Right. Draw a card. That's another Ultra Ball. We're not really looking to Ultra Ball just yet. I'd rather get myself into an okay position. Hey, there's a Bug Catching Set. I'd rather wait. Right? We don't need our Energy Retrieval just yet. So let's... Professor's Research. Okay. Hey, look, we got ourselves a Rare Candy. Right onto this Applin. Right? I'm also going to find a Dipplin and an Energy. There you go. There you go. Okay. Play this Dipplin here. Use Hydrapple here. Attach. Part of me wants to retreat and get this guy out of the active ASAP. So I think that's probably the best way to go. And I want to try to evolve this if I can. This Applin here. Which, like, we got... Look, we got two really good cards here. I'll take this Hydrapple for next turn. And then let's just deal 180, right? Like, it's not a lot, but it gets the job done. My opponent is going through all of their stuff, like, super quick. I'm kind of curious as to what happens here. But, look, understand that I can always just use Hydrapple to, like, you know, bring it back to my hand. Or, I'm sorry, we could use Turo to bring Hydrapple back to my hand with those energies. Spread them out ASAP. So we're, like, not in a... Oh, Poltergeist. Poltergeist. Okay. Sinistea. Okay, what do you do? Put 2 damage on one of your opponent's Pokemon for each basic grass energy in your discard pile, then shuffle them back into your deck. Got it. Okay, I see the gimmick. The gimmick is for 1 energy, they shuffle things back in. Right now, they are dealing 140 for everything in the discard. Grant probably allows them to discard, right? I'm pretty sure. What does Grant do? Grant says, during your turn, you may discard 2 cards except for Grant from your hand if you do put Grant into your hand. Got it. Okay, so that's how that is their way of discarding stuff into the discard using grass energy. That is 10 cards in the grass energy. That's currently 200 damage. Okay. Well, it stinks, but they have to have 15 grass energy in the discard. 15, right? Because 15 gets to 300. They can just knock out my Teal Mask Ogerpons, which is kind of... That kind of stinks. But, like, you know, they get to do it once, I guess, right? 14 cards in their list. Okay. They do get to knock out one of my things, which kind of stinks, but you know, it is what it is. Ultra Ball and Palpad, which also stinks because they can get the evolution of Room. And they can get another Synesty EX. Okay, we can come out of this. It's going to be hard and rough, but we will be able to do it. A lot of our stuff is going to be... So we're losing 2 energy off the board, which is 60 damage. So what we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we deal 150. So they can only do it to one of my Pokemon, right? So it looks like that it's probably going to be my Teal Mask Ogerpon or my Mew EX. Yep, 240 onto my Teal Mask Ogerpon. Understandable. Good day. So we're going to have to get a counter knockout no matter what. So let's start with this. We're going to get another Teal Mask Ogerpon out. Then I will proceed to evolve here. Let's use the PokéStop just in case. Hold on, I have 5 energy in discard? Okay. So let's get rid of Iono's and Professor's Research for the time being. I'll get 4 cards into hand. That way I can put 2 down using the Vigor and 2 down using everything else. Okay. Sorry, I'm thinking real quick. So we'll attach here. Draw a card. Use Vigor. Attach 2 here. And then we deal 240 exactly. So we're just trying to get ways to get energy back. We do have a Prime Catcher. We do have a Super Rod, which is really good for us too. So I think our energy has to start going onto our Hydrapples. So this is going to be really awkward for us, right? So we need to Turos up our Teal Mask Ogerpons in an attempt to do some more here. So how many... They have 2 energy in discard, right? So if they have 2 energy in discard, we have to like try to get... Again, they need... How much was it? So that's 210. So 210, that's 2 per, right? So then let's divide that in half. So they need 11 in discard. All right, I need to see what Vroom does. Vroom allows you to, what, discard energy to draw cards, right? Draw until you have 6 cards in hand. Okay, so that's kind of their loop, right? Their loop is that they're going to keep discarding cards, drawing until they have 6 cards in hand, using Grant to discard those cards, you know, using stuff like Radiant Greninja, and just get to the point where they only have energy left in discard. But if they don't have a way to discard Grant and other stuff as well, then they don't really have anything there. So they might use stuff like Carmine. But they're probably going to take out this Teal Mask Ogerpon. And if they do that, then I'm kind of in a bad spot. So... how many energy do they have left? They have 4, so that's 80. Okay. It's alright, we can get out of this. 6. So that's 120 damage. Letter of Encouragement, yep. Search for 3 basic, add them to your hand. So they're probably going to Carmine, I think, if they haven't already used their supporter. Oh no, not yet. They're probably getting another Synesty set up. Honestly, with 1 prize, when you only have an attacker that takes 1 energy to attack, and you're doing stuff like this, part of me says, hey, don't even bother putting it out until you absolutely need it out. I'm curious as to... So let's say they knock out Teal Mask Ogerpon, then I Turos up my Mew and hope for the best. I think they're looking... They need to shuffle in probably Research and Carmine, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, there's the Research and the Carmine going back in. So what's my line to victory here? My line to victory is probably figuring out what I need to do to get the knockout. So I need to get the Sinistee knockout there and go from there. There's the Research getting 2 more in the discard, getting 7 to hand. They have 11, that's 220, so they can get the knockout here, but they need the attachment. So let's hope that they misplayed. That's all I can hope for. Okay, there's the attachment. There's 220 in the act. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So we have to make this as rough as possible for them to get the knockout. Oh, they're discarding cards to get Grant? Okay. I mean, this thing's kind of cool, right? I do like this list. This list is very cool. So there's the Teal Mask Ogerpon. Everything getting shuffled back in. So I think what I need to do here is I need to PokéStop, right? I spin PokéStop. Okay, I don't really have a good way to draw cards. This does not get the knockout. 180 does not get there, right? So what do we do? It's a Nest Ball. Nothing left in deck. I actually think I just get KO'd here. Yeah, I genuinely lose. So I will give it to my opponent. So, I mean, that was really interesting for us to go up against. That's not something that's really seen that often, but, like, it definitely put us through the ringer. Like, the Sinistee EX definitely, like, got there. Especially because we were playing a weird deck, too. So, in the future, what I would have done is I probably wouldn't have tried to put things out there like I did, right? I would probably have gone through, maybe played a few less Pokemon and played the game a little bit more slower and just more reliant on more reliant on getting the energy onto my Hydrapple EXs. But overall, I think Hydrapple EX feels really good to play. There's a couple versions out there that exist. This one is just very straightforward, and overall, like, it gets the work done, right? I think this is something that you could definitely bring to a challenge. Now, are we going to see this past being just a card that you see at a challenge? Who knows? Because right now, you know, everything's kind of up in the air. It is Stellar Crown. Palkia is really making the rounds. There's a couple other cards that are really, really doing well. But Hydrapple might be something that might be for you. If you guys enjoyed this deck and this content, feel free to leave a comment down below telling me that how much you enjoyed Hydrapple. Did you end up playing it? What are you looking to play in Stellar Crown? And also, drop a sub when you can, if you like this type of content and you want to see more like it in the future. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. I've been Voiddyn. I will see you guys next time for another cool deck. Next time, it might be something more meta, as the meta tends to evolve with Stellar Crown. Thanks, guys, and have a fantastic night.